Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. As you all know, my name is Jennifer Stonecipher, and I have worked for Giant for about 14 years. The reason that I invited you guys here today was to discuss our 2017 goals of being a better neighbor, a better place to shop, and a better place to work. And I have some really great suggestions for how we can achieve those goals. So I want to start off with our 2016 goal, which was to be a leaner company. And I really feel like we achieved that. We started off with reducing our waste, and right now we have a goal of being waste-free by the year 2020. Now this goal was enacted in 2016, and we were able to take our waste from a 92% all the way down to a 45%. This is a phenomenal change that we were able to make in just 1 year of implementing this program. And I'm certain that if we would take this same initiative and this same drive and carry this over to our employee turnover, we would continue to save mountains of money. So with that said, I did a little bit of research, and I found out that according to the Center for American Progress, in an article titled, "There are significant business costs to replacing new associates," which was published on November 16th, 2016, written by Heather Bosley, she stated that the average American company spends about 20% of the associate salary in new hire costs. I found this astronomical. So I reached out to Cindy Dorsey, who, thank you for joining us here today, informed me that for our company, we spend about $1,000 just to hire the new associate. So this cost includes nothing more than the scouting process and the interview process, along with the new uniforms. This does not include any training hours or any other paperwork, filling out anything like that, that also is required for the new associates. So I personally was blown away by this number. In my department alone, I went through 14 people in the year 2016, which means that if you don't include all of the training hours, which we went through 16 hours per person, it would average out to be about $14,000 simply to get them into the store and in uniform, ready to work. Now, in my department at my store, we had 6 people who quit the department because it did not pay enough. We had 5 people who were fired due to latenesses or no calls, no shows. And then we had another 3 people who we had to let go because of poor quality of work. I have a theory behind this. I believe that these people would have stayed or would never have been hired if we would have had a higher pay scale. Now, I'm not suggesting that we hire everyone at more than minimum wage. I understand that we are a grocery store, which means we make pennies on the dollar, and I cannot expect us to be able to afford to spend $15, $16 an associate. That's outrageous. However, I do believe that we would save a ton of money if we would just look into paying the associates who work hard and try and deserve more, pay them a little extra. Currently, we have the department manager's training program, which associates can get on after they're done their 90 days probationary period. However, associates on this program don't get any additional compensation, yet we have higher standards for them, and they're getting no rewards. They're not getting full-time hours. They're still getting an average of 20 hours a week, and they really have nothing to encourage them to continue on the program. To be on the program does not mean that they are going to achieve a full-time position. I know I personally was on the program for 5 years before I got made full-time. And that's a long time to wait when you're making minimum wage. So my suggestion would be taking these employees that stand out and giving them the extra money and giving them some form of incentive to want to stay with Giant. And I believe that if we did this, we would actually end up saving money rather than spending it. So, as I said before, it cost us about $1,000 simply just to get the associates in the door. Then we spend about another $1,000 on training payroll. So, if we continue on our rate that we're going right now, we're spending about $30,000 a year just to hire new associates who end up quitting. And that's only for the deli department. and that's only for my store. If we go district-wide, we're spending over $1 million a year in employee turnover. This is a great potential for the company if we isolate on this issue and try and come up with a solution. So my solution is that we evaluate the people after 90 days. We start everyone at minimum wage, and after 90 days, if they're performing at standard, then we give them a 25% increase. If they're performing above standard, we can give them a 50-cent increase. And I believe that we should reevaluate our associates every 6 months, just like we do to our department managers. If this job were put on the department managers, I don't think it would make their job harder. As a department manager, I feel like it would make my job easier. I could use these 6-month evaluations to really train and develop my associates, and it would give them a point of where they know, like, this is what's going on and this is where I need to be. So they would have a point of reference for how they're progressing and what our company expectations are, and then they would also be getting rewarded. I understand that money is not everything. And so at our company, we do try, and I believe we do a good job of creating a positive atmosphere, which does wonders for employee morale. However, people still have bills to pay, and no one can afford to support their family on minimum wage. Now, the jobs that we have aren't designed to support families. However, a lot of the people are. There's people who have worked here for 10 years and who are only making $11 an hour. These are people who work 48 hours a week, and they are struggling to make ends meet. And I don't think that makes Giant a very good place to work when you've shown that you're a dedicated employee, yet we can't support our employees so that they can make their life outside of work livable. So my suggestion to help us become a better place to shop, a better place to work, and a better neighbor is to focus on our associates. We need to stop hiring the people who are willing to work for minimum wage, because those people are not the type of people that we need at the store. They're not going to provide our customers with superior customer service. They're going to come in and they're going to give partial effort. We did an exit interview with 13 out of the 14 associates who went through the deli department this year, and every single one of the associates stated that if they made more money, that they probably would have tried a little bit harder, or that they never would have left to begin with. So I think that this is definitely something to look into, and I would be more than happy to provide you with additional information and do further research if you would like me to. Thank you for your time.